Okay guys, so in my last video, I've actually had a reaction video to Girlfriend or Yo Chingo's Glass Bead, which is actually a fun video, to be honest. I cannot say. I've been repeating it over and over again over YouTube and such, and my roommate is actually a bit of annoyed me playing that all over again and again. So, I would like to have somewhat of a review of it, so I'm going to review the video. First, some of the comments on YouTube said that it's like Into the New World. My friend also shared it on Facebook, and she also said that it's somewhat like it. And to be honest, it is. I can actually hear Girls' Generation song over my head while playing over the video and also the song. Before that, let's first discuss the group. Okay, the group is called Girlfriend, or more stylized as G-Friend in the international market, and Yojachinko in the Korean market. And they are made of six girls from a small company called, if I recall, Source Music. And one of them actually looks also like Jessica Jo from Girls' Generation. Many people still consider her as part of the group, even though she is no longer part, as what SM Entertainment said, but still. And the video is actually nice. I've watched also their choreography version of the video. It's just, but the only thing critical about it is that they only have one cam set up, and only one scene was featured, and that is the school scene inside the gym where they dance. The other one was actually behind a white background and such. And I've also noticed that the camera was on a low angle. They're showing the girls there. It's like, if this is the ground, this is the camera, this is how they if this is the camera, this is the floor. Their camera is somewhat like this. It's on a high, they're going pointing, the camera's lens is pointing upwards to it. So I can honestly see that because I watched the video. It's like you're watching it while you're sitting down, like you're squatting on the floor, and it's like you're watching it or someone like you are watching over theater and you are looking up on the screen. Yeah, so that's somewhat the angle like that. But I'm kind of pissed that they didn't release the choreography version along with the different cuts of the white one. But I think it's one way to show how that if the fans wanted to dance with it, with the original choreography, let's just use one scene, one setup and such. But overall, the choreography is somewhat the same. And then they said that the song arrangement is like Into the New World also, because in the last chorus they have the high ending and they have the kick. But the difference is the kick is somewhat like La Chata of FX. It's not the same kick as Girls' Generation. The FX kick for La Chata, they are going on their sides, not on front. While the Girls' Generations they're kicking on front. But they remember that they said they have differences to Girls' Generation because the kick was also at the point at the end of the song, like what the girls did in Glass Bead. Okay, so let's go back to the video. The scene intercuts with lots of a school setup, and then points one, and then of course 5-second mark you will see a girl, and then you must notice that she is somewhat like Jessica. And the difference between with the girl and like in Jessica itself is actually their cheekbones. But when they smile, you can actually have some similarities to it. Their actually the setup is like somewhat a realistic school would do for Koreans basically, but for school in general is somewhat realistic. We play games, clean time after classes. That's what I did when I was since kindergarten at least, or elementary. And also, what's also great about this video is that they can really connect, like, and the thing is in the market is actually they've also compared it to Lovely's because they have the schoolgirl concept and such. But the difference is, unlike Lovely's, these girls have transitional sections for schools and such. But if I remember, for Lovely's they were just having fun, but this one is like, let's show them what school's all about, and create a video, and let's see what normal girls can do in their everyday school life. So yeah, they've done a great job. Well, good job for the director, for the creative team, and also I would love to say that the video itself is actually nice to see that to see them in a lighter note. Like unlike Anija, unlike it's a to be honest, it's a strong debut, and they've done so many of that, and many fans and many people who love K-pop would also compare them, just Girls' Generation but Lovelyz, and it's kind of, I don't know, but if you ask me, if you don't like Girls' Generation because that's their seniors in the industry, if you count Lovelyz or Girlfriend, which has a better debut, I would say Girlfriend, to say, because they have a strong song, they've established themselves well, they've have a great debut performance. No, of course I would not blame Lovelyz for the incident about Jisoo, but there's no tarnish in their name. There's no, how do you say this, there's no controversy surrounding any girl before it happened. But even though I'm saying this, I still support Lovelyz in their future endeavors, and I hope Jisoo will debut with the group, probably in their comeback and such. But for Girlfriend, I give them kudos. Their energy is actually high, like Into the New World, one of the most difficult choreographies I've ever seen since Red Light. Actually, that's actually one. Red Light of FX is actually hard. I'm watching the dance moves, not just actually Red Light. There's also lots of groups that have way more complicated dance choreographies. 21 has complex choreography, also with Secret. Kara has also difficult choreographies. Even Girls' Generation has difficult choreographies. Even in their latest dance track, Mr. is actually also difficult. You may think it's simple, but it's not. Especially if you take notice of details, you think it's just simple, but the footwork is actually different than what you see. You must pay attention to detail even actually I Got a Boy, you may think, oh, this is the step, this is what. No, it's not. There are actually key points to the video. And for the group, for Girlfriend, I hope that they will actually be like, in terms of success, be like Girls' Generation. I'm not saying that they're the new Girls' Generation or such, but for Girlfriend, I hope that they will be like Girls' Generation in terms of success. Even there are new groups surrounding them, they're still at the top of their game no matter what. Because to be honest, Girls' Generation has changed K-pop industry in a way that some groups are actually following their footsteps. Admittedly, the members of A-Pink admitted that they wanted to be like them in terms of success. They said that they were trained with Girls' Generation songs. So I hope Girlfriend will do that too, in terms of success. I hope I will see them in the future. And for the video, at least, let's just and let's go back to the video. I'm skipping topics. Okay, for the video, the dance actually is kind of amazing. And one notice, other than that, somebody you didn't notice, it's somewhat also like the Red Light choreography, one of the dance moves, but they had the same formation as Red Light. During the second refrain, I think, the girls are standing in a line, and the one girl moves to the side, and then the other copies, and then they form diagonal line. That's happened also in red light, but in the opposite direction. But they've done it in the opposite direction also. So yeah, that's basically somewhat similar. But I'm not. But overall, like I said, it's so amazing to see this group. Know that to see a fresh talent in the K-pop industry, because most of the debut groups are actually more mature in image, have a sexy concept. But this came along, young, fresh, perky, and sometimes you can say naive. Naive is such a vague word for a pure concept, but still, yeah. And the girls, I actually love them. They're actually cute, and some of them remind me, not actually the girls in my school, but the girls that I see watching, that the girls I haven't seen in a while, being on TV or in real life. They're such fresh, new, perky girls. Yeah, and the punishment scene. Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, we actually have that, and it's actually relatable. We've not only the punishment scene, because I do remember one time that we have to place placards like IDs, and then and sometimes like them, I think it's in traditional Korean that they raise their hands like this in schools, but for some of our punishments, actually we have to raise our hands sidewards like this. And yeah, it's actually, I've done this, and there's a punishment. It's actually done from like what, half an hour. Okay, that's an overshare, but I almost forgot about the video. They actually, the video, I almost got sidetracked, and yeah. Okay, so the video itself is more of the visuals, I think, than the dance, if you look at it more, because there are, I think, 90%, so I think, no, not 90%, like around 75% solo scenes, with the girl solos, including the visuals where they stand, smile, be jolly and perky. 15% dance scenes and school scene, 15% dance and school scenes, and a little bit of the group scene, because it's actually more focused on the girls' visuals, because it's a new group. They wanted to be known. They wanted to be identified by the people, not just I mean, you're going to be, this is the concept, this dance to this, and the fans know who is who, unlike yeah. So it's actually very nice of them to debut a girl with a fresh concept. And to be honest, our teacher says, before I'm gonna wrap this up, our teacher says that every concept there's no longer, I would say, new when it comes to ideas, because almost everything actually has got ideas from something, like and you may say that this schoolgirl actually concept is new or somewhat fresh, but actually there are a lot of people who've done it. There's Japanese groups that done the schoolgirl stuff. Britney Spears rose to popularity because of that during Baby One More Time, and yeah, I hope actually, maybe you may think that their formula is the same as Girls' Generation, but I hope not. But for the girls, I do wish them for the best of luck, and I do hope to see them perform, not just in Korea but overseas. Actually, I wish there was an announcement that if they're going to be in overseas, because yeah. And hopefully, if there's a K-pop fantasy concert here again in the Philippines, I would love to see them. And of course, Girls' Generation also. Even though there's only 8 of them, we're still gonna support them no matter what. And I'm still gonna listen to updates about Jessica. I mean, though she's not actually my first bias in the group of Girls' Generation, but yeah, still I want to support her. Okay. Okay guys, I almost forgot to say this, but there's actually a K-pop fantasy concert here in the Philippines like around April 12, and I'm gonna express my frustration right now at the same video because April 12 is still a school day here in UP, and due to the academic calendar shift, I'm stuck here in Iloilo, and some of the acts that are actually performing I've heard are GOT7, they have Super Junior, they have Girls' Generation, I think. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but there's actually promotions for them, and I hope. I'm not actually asking that I want to see them, but I'm just expressing my frustration. So if yeah, if actually I haven't watched any concert like ever before, and I'm not actually saying that I want to go because I want to study. Still want to study because I want to finish school. I'm going to graduate like a year from now, and yeah, I hope. And I hope actually to see these acts still performing. Yeah, and to be honest, I'm actually kind of happy that these guys from Philippines, because I'm actually kind of envious to their industry, how they work, how they handle artists, unlike in the Philippines. I don't want to speak out loud, but yeah. So this is for real. Bye.